One of the HPD officers who was relieved of duty for his role in the botched Harding Street drug raid has filed for retirement. We first broke the story during our newscast at 5 o'clock. New tonight, we're hearing from a retired HPD officer who is now an attorney about whether Officer Steven Bryant will get full benefits and what this means for the case going forward. Our Keith Garvin joining us live tonight with those details. Keith?
Bill, Officer Bryant was the first officer to be relieved of duty in this case. He's also the first officer in this case to be walking away from HPD. An attorney who also served 11 years here at HPD says that this decision comes down to dollars and cents.
For his self-preservation, it's the smart thing to do.
The botched Harding Street raid that killed 2 people, left 5 officers injured, saw 2 longtime officers relieved of duty, and left the Houston Police Department steeped in controversy, has led to another casualty of sorts. The 23-year career of Officer Steven Bryant is set to come to an end tomorrow. Channel 2 has confirmed with a police source that Bryant filed papers for his retirement earlier this week.
Yeah, if I represented an officer in this case whose pension was secured and had a retirement, I would tell him to separate from the department.
Attorney Thomas Nixon, who was an officer with HPD for 11 years, says Bryant's decision could likely come down to protecting his pension. By retiring now, an officer with Bryant's experience would receive up to 60% of the last 3 years of his salary for the rest of his life. Nixon says if Bryant remained on the force and if he refused to answer questions from the department's internal affairs investigators about the Harding Street case, he could be fired for insubordination and place his benefits in jeopardy.
Most lawyers will recommend that their client either retire or resign from the department to avoid violating your Fifth Amendment right not to incriminate yourself.
Because of his connection to the botched raid that killed 59-year-old Dennis Tuttle and his wife, 58-year-old Regina Nicholas, the Harris County DA's office is reviewing 800 cases tied to Officer Bryant. That's in addition to the 1,400 being reviewed that are connected to the officer who led the raid, Gerald Goins. Nixon says by retiring now for Bryant, it's the smart thing to do.
When he retires from the department, he's going to be treated just like any citizen would be treated because he can no longer be fired. So the only questions he would have to answer are those questions that wouldn't violate his Fifth Amendment right.
And we've also confirmed that even when Officer Bryant retires tomorrow, that he will still be represented by the Houston Police Officers Union. A source also tells us that the only way his benefits would be impacted is if he is convicted of a first-degree felony. Reporting live from HPD headquarters in downtown Houston, Keith Garvin, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Keith.